Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Center Grove Sports Show here at Campbell's Island Grill. Kevin Conrad, your host. And on our show tonight, we have a sixth grade travel team from the Center Grove area. They just won the championship in Indy Hoops since this past winter, and this past fall they were runners-up. And we have a couple of the assistant coaches with us. We have Chris Lovelace along with Anthony Mann. And coaches, first of all, thanks for taking time to be on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Well, Coach Mann, we'll start with you. Tell us about this team this year. What a great season. It sounds like ending the winter session with a championship. How'd you guys get it done this winter?
We did. We had a great season. Started off in the fall. These girls have been together for the last 3-4 years, and they come every practice and work very hard as a team. And gradually, as the seasons have gone by, this year especially, they've really gelled together as a team.
And I'll talk to you, Coach Lovelace. This team's been together, I guess, for some time, maybe since third grade. So this is probably their third or fourth year together.
Yeah, so this is my, I think, third year coaching as an assistant. They've come to learn how to play together on an offense and from a defensive structure standpoint. But individually, they've all improved over the years. And, it's been a long struggle to finally get to the point where we won the A-League tournament, and so it's a big accomplishment for us.
Tell us about some of the teams you got to go up against here I assume in Central Indiana. I know those North Side schools are very, very good.
Yeah, so we pretty much play all North Side schools, and it's kind of a disadvantage for us a little bit because we got to always travel like 45 minutes to an hour to a game, and everybody else is kind of like right in their backyard. But we play a lot of the Hamilton Southeastern, Fishers, Brownsburg, Ben Davis, kind of the who's who of Central Indiana basketball. So
maybe back to you, Coach Mann. Maybe talk about what are things you work on in practice. What do you guys try to focus on at this level? Again, they're sixth graders. They're learning a lot. But what are the things you guys practice on?
Well, usually the first 30, 45 minutes we really focus on fundamentals. Ball handling, defensive drills, one-on-one. We do a lot of shooting in practice. And then probably the last 45 minutes of practice, we work on team defense and our offensive plays.
Well, what's next for this great group of ladies? Again, you had the fall league, the winter league. Now, do you guys have a spring league that you look forward to?
Most of the girls will not play in a spring league, kind of take a time off to get away a little bit. But we are playing this weekend down in Franklin, the state tournament. And we have 2 games on Saturday, and then we'll come back and play on Sunday.
So state tournament, so I assume this is probably the best of the best in the state of Indiana?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, coaches, let's meet your team. We're going to bring them up one at a time. And if you guys have a few questions for them, feel free to ask some questions. And first up, we'll have number 10 come up. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Hannah Jen.
Hannah, tell me about this great team that you play for.
Well, I've been with them for years. I love them to death. I consider them basically family.
What position do you play?
I'm a forward.
So you've been with this team for some time?
Yes.
Tell me about your game. What do you like to do? Are you a scorer, a defender? Tell me about your game.
I'm a defender. I love defense.
Coach, would you say she's a defender?
I would say she's our best defensive player on the team.
Do you sometimes have that assignment to play the other team's best offensive player?
Yeah.
You take great pride in that?
Yeah, I love doing my job.
Now tell me about this medal that you have on here tonight. It's blue, and I assume that's from the championship.
Yeah, it's from the championship, and we've worked for over 4 years to get to where we are today.
Who did you have to beat to get to win that championship?
Mainly Ben Davis and Brownsburg, but again, many other teams.
Well, congratulations on a great season and winning the championship. All the best to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we'll have number 5. Tell us your name.
Hi, I'm Lexi Gray.
Lexi, tell me about your season this year. How'd it go for you?
Good. We've played very good with each other, and I love that all of these girls, and we just love playing together. Yeah.
What position do you play?
I play guard or point guard.
Tell me about your game a little bit. Do you try to set up your teammates from that point guard position? Do you do a lot of the dribbling and passing?
Yeah. We play our plays and just like doing that.
Do you get some scoring opportunities?
Yes, very many.
How about your defense? You like playing defense?
Yeah, sometimes.
Hey, she's honest, right? Coaches, tell us a little bit about Lexi.
Well, Lexi's my stepdaughter, so that's how I got into coaching this team. And I'd say probably like her biggest strength is she's a pretty good shooter, spot-up shooter. She kind of helps with the ball handling and Yeah, every once in a while she plays defense. So.
So tell me about winning this medal. How proud are you of winning this championship medal?
Very proud. We've worked 4 years for this, and we finally got it. Working hard, and yeah, we just can't wait. We couldn't wait to get this.
Well, congratulations. Enjoy the championship, and thank you for being on our show tonight.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Very well spoken, Coach.
Yeah.
All right, number 9. Introduce yourself.
I'm Mia Mann.
Mia, welcome to the show. Tell me about your season, Mia. How did it go for you this year?
It was great. We've been trying to get the championship for a long time, and it was good that we finally got it in our last season.
Tell me about your game. What position do you play?
Point guard.
Okay. And tell me about your offense. Do you like to distribute the ball and set up your teammates?
Yeah.
How about, do you play a lot of defense?
Sometimes.
Do you guys want to weigh in on that a little bit? Tell us a little bit about Mia.
You know, I think, of course, this is his daughter, but I think one thing that I've noticed about Mia is, she came in at a time right when the girls started learning about press defense, and other teams started to get more aggressive, and she had to get a lot better to withstand a lot of the pressure that she was facing. And she probably is one of our most improved players, in my opinion. And she really runs the show, and she's kind of soft-spoken, but she does run the show out there, and kind of makes us go. And she's really developed some good additions to her game. She's got a nice floater. She's starting to score more, where she was mainly a distributor, and now she's putting the ball in the basket a lot too. So yeah, she's improved a lot.
So it sounds like, Mia, when you play against these defenses, you see a lot, don't you? A lot of pressing defenses, so ball handling becomes very, very important.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being on the show. Congratulations on your championship. Thank you. All right, next up, number 25. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Lily.
Lily, thank you for being on the show. Lily, tell me about your season. Championship, hard-earned, sounds like a lot of hard work paid off.
Yeah, we've really improved since I first got with this team, and it's just really cool to see all my friends kind of get together and accomplish what we've been trying to do for the past 4 years, and just to see them all be so happy is an amazing thing, considering they're my second family. It's just really cool.
Tell me about your game, offensively and defensively.
I play center, so I'm known not to shoot that much. I'm more of a defensive player. Yeah, I just kind of.
Rebounder?
Yeah.
Tell me about your teammates. What makes your teammates so special?
They're just always a part of my life. I see them at least twice a week at practices, and they're just always there to make me laugh when I don't feel like it. And they always make me want to try my best on the floor and make me just want to keep trying.
That's probably the best part about sports, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gentlemen, tell me a little bit about Lily.
She was one of our best rebounders on the team. She would get in. She blocked a lot of shots. And the thing that I've really noticed with Lily since I've been coaching the team this year, she's improved. She started here late in the season, started looking for her shot more, and we've really been after her on doing that. So that's something that I know I'm proud of.
Well, Lily, talk about that blue ribbon they have around you with the medal championship. Your smile says it all, but I know you're very proud of this.
Yeah, I am. It's just, like I said, it was amazing to see him so happy and just accomplish this goal.
Well, Lily, thanks for being on the show. All the best to you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right, next up we have number 44. Step on up to introduce yourself.
My name is Natalie Vance.
What's the first name?
Natalie Vance.
Natalie. Okay, Natalie, welcome to the show. Tell me about your season.
It was really good. I think we did much better than last season, and we've really improved since we first all met each other and played together.
Why do you think such the improvement from last year to this year?
Because I think we're a lot closer now. We all go to the same school, so we know how we've become better friends, and just been with each other more. So
You're really good teammates, is that right? It sounds like you share the ball. You kind of know each other's roles. You kind of know each other.
yeah, for sure.
I understand. Is your dad the head coach?
Yeah.
You couldn't be here tonight, but what's it like playing for Dad?
It's
Is he hard on you sometimes?
yeah.
Maybe all the time?
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Well, tell me about winning this championship. How proud it is for you.
Yeah, we've been like really wanting to do it for like the last 4 years, and we always got really, really close, and we just never could do it. And then when we did it, we were all really happy about it.
It sounds like the team chemistry might have been the difference. You could be even closer together, and it got you over the top for the championship.
Yeah, for sure. We just like know like all of our strengths and weaknesses. So, yeah.
Well, Coach, just tell us a little about Natalie.
Natalie's really improved this year, especially I think offensively. She's worked on some post moves, and she's gotten a lot better down on the offensive end.
Yeah, I would agree with all of that. I mean, she kind of had the same with Lily. Their trajectory has kind of been the same. They're both early on in their playing career. They're both rebounders and shot blockers, and now they've added the offensive piece, and they're becoming more and more complete players. So it's been a fun thing to be a part of, to kind of watch it progress all the way through. It's been, you kind of feel like the light bulbs going off for all these players. So
Sure.
that's always good.
Well, Natalie, thanks for being on the show. All the best of luck to you.
Thank you.
I think we have one more. Is that right? All right. Name?
Hi, I'm Brenna Cerny.
Brenna? All right, Brenna, welcome to the show. Tell me about your game, Brenna.
I mean, it was good. Kind of had my ups and downs, and yeah, we played good as a team.
Score?
I don't remember. Yeah,
Do you like to play the defense more so than offense, or more offense?
more offense.
More offense, okay. What position?
Guard.
Guard, okay. Kind of a shooting guard, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about this great team. What's so great about playing with these teammates?
They're just like really funny, and they make me like more happy when I'm like down. And they're just like, they just play their hardest all the time.
So why do you think you guys were able to finally win that championship this year? What was the deciding factor?
We kind of had, like I said, had our ups and downs, and we played hard over and over again, and we've been doing this for 4 years now, and we finally got it, and we just worked hard in practice.
Coaches, some thoughts?
Yeah, I kind of second what she just said. We've always kind of struggled to get to that mountaintop, and we got to the championship game and found ourselves down, 8-0 right off the bat, or 11-0 right off the bat. And I think normally, in past years, I think this team would have kind of folded a little bit, or just not, gone back at them as hard. And we came right back and ended up winning by 8 or 9. So, we really fought back, and I think that shows a sign of their maturity, that they're getting a little older, and they've played in all these big games, and now going forward, when games get out of hand, or when the chips are down, they've learned to battle through and play through to the end. And I think on the year, I think we're like 22 wins and 2 losses, I think. So but we always play in close games. It seems like we're not a type of team that just goes out and blows people out. So they've learned to play in these 3-point, 1-point, 5-point games, and they used to get rattled. A couple of years ago, it would have, they get jittery, and now they just play through it almost with a smile on their face. So they've improved just the maturity level. I think growing up and playing in all these big games has been huge for them.
Coach Mann, maybe some final thoughts. Well said, Coach.
Well, all 6 of these girls, they're so coachable. They don't always like what we have to say, but they end up they're very coachable, and that's how they've gotten better, because they listen to their coaches and they do what we ask them to do. So.
Well, coaches, congratulations. Great season, ending the winter session here with the championship in Indy Hoops. Congratulations.
Thank
and
you.
Ladies, thank you for being on the show. Congratulations on the championship, and all the best to you, okay? All right. We'll have more of the show after this. Time out.
Welcome to Campbell's Highland Grill.
Campbell's Highland Grill, a family-owned Scottish-American sports grill in Greenwood. Dig into appetizing American food that you'll love, as well as traditional Scottish fare. Family-friendly and great specials, too. Kids eat free on Tuesdays. Enjoy our tasty breakfast on the weekend, and free Sundays on Sunday.
The best thing to eat on the menu is the Berkeley Turkey Club. No way, the best thing on the menu is Bowman BLT.
Campbell's Highland Grill in Greenwood.
Don't forget to top it off with Bellamy's bread pudding.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Center Grove Sports Show here at Campbell's Highland Grill. Kevin Conrad, your host. And tonight we're celebrating Center Grove girls basketball travel teams. And now we got a fifth grade team join us, and we got the head coaches, Jessica Ernest, along with Venus Thorne with us. And coaches, first of all, thanks for bringing in the team tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Well, Venus, tell us a little bit about this year's team. Just tell us about the highs, and there might have been a few lows, but mainly the highs.
Yeah. You want to take this one?
Yeah, I know. So, we talked before. This fifth grade group has been together since second grade for the most part. And so watching them not only grow into young women about to enter middle school has been very humbling and kind of bittersweet. Throughout the season, they grew so much. We have a competitor that we, playing field team, that we competed with each and every time. And the growth, not only individually, but as a team, was very evident to both of us coaches. The unfortunate part was towards the end of our season, we were kind of plagued with illness and injury that kind of kept us from competing and kind of showcasing that improvement in that type of competition. But we have no doubt that had we been completely healthy and ready to go, that we would have put on quite the performance.
Now, Coach, we had you guys on last year. Talk about the progress from last year's show to this year's show. What areas did you guys improve upon this year?
Yeah, last year when we were a spring team, we don't have typically a full roster, and this year going into the spring season, both of us really value being three-sport athletes, that these girls get those experiences in the spring, but continue to work on their craft of basketball. That last year's spring team, they spent a lot of time not only working on basketball, but getting opportunities to play other sports. We have very competitive softball players, volleyball players, swimming, you name it, anything that they do well, both on the court and off. And so the biggest growth that I've seen, not only with their defense, every team that goes against us doesn't want to go against us because they can't get the ball past half court, but was their offensive game. This time that they spent working on their shots, we're starting to really develop what a half-court set looks like, and I'm really, really excited to see how they continue to grow on that.
And, Coach, I mentioned the highs and the lows. I guess the low, like you alluded to, you just weren't able to play in the tournament this year due to, I guess, some injuries and sickness, but that's very unfortunate. It sounds like a great team otherwise.
Yeah, they are extremely, extremely hard workers, and I know making that judgment call, we went back and forth a lot.
Yeah, it was tough because we're getting to that age level that these girls are really starting to put work in outside of being with us. I mean, we have them twice a week, and they're starting to realize to become better players, they have to work outside of the time with us, and they're really starting to do that. I think that's where we saw the improvement on the offensive side, is them working on them games by themselves. So it was kind of a bummer we didn't get to play in the tournament, but I have no doubt they would have had success if we would have gotten to that.
And something you also talked about, they're multi-sport athletes. Most of them play either volleyball or softball. They play other sports, which I think at this age that's very important.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have that. I think that helps with our defense. We have such an athletic team that, I mean, we can put anybody at pretty much any position, and they know what they're doing. They excel at it, and that makes it easy for us as coaches to be able to move kids around a lot. So. All
right, coaches, we're going to introduce the players one at a time, and let's meet your team. And here's our first player.
All right.
Step on up.
First player here we have is Greta Ernest. She plays shooting guard for us. She really came into her own on her offense this year. I was really proud of how she excelled there. She's a hard worker. Love coaching her.
Greta, tell me about your season this year. A big highlight, a big moment. What'd you like most about the season this year?
Playing with my teammates and having my stepmom being my coach, my dad, and Venus being my coach, and yeah.
What's the most progress? Coach kind of mentioned shooting, but what do you think your biggest progress was this year?
Not giving up.
Being a good competitor?
Yeah.
Is there a game that you recall that was a big game for you, whether it be a scoring game or just a big win? Anything come to mind?
No.
All right. Now, what's up next for you? Do you transition to another sport, or you stick with basketball right now?
Sticking with basketball.
Is that your favorite sport?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being on the show. All the best to you. All right. Next up, come on up.
All right, so this is one of our leaders and has been for quite a long time, Mackenzie Pierce. She's also the one that unfortunately has been out for some time that I know is bothering her. It was very funny to watch her on crutches and in a brace because I don't think anything slows Mackenzie down, and in fact, crutches did not either. So she was sprinting with those crutches on. So she gets back on the basketball court here soon, goes back to the doctor on Thursday, but a leader for us 100%.
So tell me about playing basketball. What's so fun about playing basketball?
Meeting like new friends and just getting to play against really good competitors is probably one of the best things.
Are you happy to get back to it soon?
Yeah.
It's been pretty tough to watch from the sideline.
Yeah.
How great is this team as far as you've been together for some time? It sounds like second grade.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. We all have a really good relationship with each other, and it's just been a really fun.
Now, Mackenzie, do you play other sports besides basketball?
Not really.
Yeah, basketball's it for you, huh?
Yeah.
When did it? What point did you say basketball is it for me? When did you start really loving the sport of basketball?
Probably around like second grade, because that's when I started getting on a travel team and started to have really good opportunities and excel.
One last question. Kind of explain your game. What kind of player are you?
I'm I'm mostly a post. I'm probably better at defense than any other thing, and I'm usually down low a lot.
Well, Mackenzie, thanks for being on the show. Glad you're getting healthy, and all the best to you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next up, Coach.
I was very anxious to see what she would say about Maggie. This is Maggie Thorne, number 21, reps that number from her mom, of course, the Center Grove grad. She's our point guard.
Well, Maggie, welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
How'd your season go this year?
We did pretty well, but we had a bad end. Because
I didn't get a chance to play in that tournament. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, talk about the season. Maybe some highlights from the season. What comes to mind?
When I think about our season, I think about us playing Plainfield and how we really showed up with them.
What in particular did you guys do in that game? Was it just a great overall team effort? Was it offense, defense?
I thought we had great defense because they have really good shooters, so it really helped.
Now explain your game a little bit to us. You're a point guard. Do you like to set up your teammates with some good passes?
Yeah.
Do you also like to score?
Yeah.
All right. And how about defense? You like to play the good defense?
Yeah, defense is my favorite.
And now I understand you play other sports as well. What else do you play?
Softball and volleyball.
So what's next up for you? I would assume softball?
Yeah, and then club volleyball is going on now too.
Well, thank you for being on the show, Maggie. Great season. All the best to you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Well done.
All right, next we have Annabelle. She's another one of our multi-sport athletes, another one of our leaders on the court. Annabelle leads by example. She works hard all the time. She's definitely a fun kid to coach, and I'll let you take it from there.
All right, Annabelle, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
How'd your season go, Annabelle?
Pretty good. We played really good against Plainfield, and we've took a lot of loss to them, and we've just played super aggressive, and it was a really good game.
How do you think this team's improved from last year to this year?
We've got our shots they improved a lot, and our offense improved a lot too.
How about your game? Tell me about your game. Start with offense.
Sometimes I get kind of nervous with the ball, but I don't know.
Can I interrupt for a second? So sure. Probably one of our most humble players. Annabelle right now is competing on the AAU circuit and is playing under some really fantastic coaches and a fantastic team. But they texted me over the weekend, and we're very shocked by Annabelle, and I don't think it came to a shock to both Venus and I. But basically somebody that they think is going to be a contender to watch for some time, very much so offensively. So her ability to pull up for jumpers, make decisions quick with the ball, finish underneath the basket, all the things that we know she does really, really well.
That's fantastic. And how about your defense? Got to talk a little bit about your defense.
I think I always go for the ball, whenever it gets loose. That's what I always think in mind. I always have to get the ball.
You're very aggressive, aren't you?
I guess.
Well, Annabelle, thanks for being on the show. All the best with the upcoming season with this new team that you're with.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right. Who's up next, Coach?
I'll take her. All right, Reagan Donaldson, my favorite Donaldson. Inside joke there. Coach Brad just celebrated a birthday. And so Reagan has 2 other very athletic, competitive sisters in Center Grove. She is a switch player for us, plays a little bit of guard, plays a little bit of post, but one of our smartest players on the court and has been for some time. So we really rely on her intelligence, and she excels in that both in the classroom and on the basketball court.
Reagan, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How'd your season go in your mind?
It went pretty good. I feel like we improved a lot with knowing, mostly learning the plays a lot. We've got a lot better at them and know what we're doing, and we've learned a lot throughout the past year.
Practicing a lot together. You get to know your teammates a lot better, don't you?
Yeah.
And talk about your game a little bit more. Coach said you're kind of a guard, but you also play inside a little bit. But just tell me about your game.
Yeah, so I normally play guard, but we do really good communicating and knowing what's going on, and I feel like we do really good with all of the stuff we do.
I say communication on the floor is very, very important, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to defense. You guys do a pretty good job communicating with defense?
Yeah, it's easy, it's better for us. I feel that we do better on defense because we always know where the ball is and mostly know where our players are.
That's critical. So, well, Reagan, thanks for being on the show. All the best to you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. She's a coach in the making right there.
I can tell. Her parents would probably agree with us as well.
All right, I think this is our last player. Welcome.
All right, next we have Lily Harrier. Lily's a shooting guard for us, and as you can see a theme, we have a lot of kids that work hard. Lily's one of those kids that puts a lot of work in outside of being with us. She does individual lessons, and you can really see that with her development on the offensive end, how hard she's been working. She's got a great shot and just going to be a really good shooting guard for us in the future, I think.
Well, Lily, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Had you on last year. Tell me about your season this year. How did you think your season went?
Pretty good. I think we've improved on being smart on the court and communicating. I think our shots are getting real better too.
Sounds like you run your offensive plays really well. Just being together and working together, you guys got a lot better with your offense.
Yeah.
How about your game in particular? Tell me about your game.
Well, I've been taking some lessons, and I think I've been improving on shooting, and I kind of have a spot where I can knock it down all day.
Can you let me know where that spot is?
Near free throw line.
15-footers are clutch.
That mid-range shot, huh? A lot of players struggle with a mid-range shot, so you're doing really well. Well, tell me about what's up next for you after you finish up now with this season. What are you going to do this spring?
Well, I just joined a new AAU team, and I'm really excited, and hopefully we can win some games.
Well, if you're on the team, I'm sure they're going to win a lot of games.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being on the show.
You're welcome.
Coaches, maybe some final thoughts. Great group of girls. What a great season.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to say, I know we talked about them being smart players, but I think it's really important that all these kids are on honor roll, and we try to emphasize those type of things outside, how important academics is, and so just wanted to throw that out there that we got a good group of smart kids. And I'm going to brag on Jess here for a little bit, but her and Brad just do such a great job with these girls. I mean, they make it about more than basketball. We do a lot of team bonding, a lot of stuff like that. I think that's really important. You can tell that we're a close group on the court because we're a close group off the court. So
you both played sports, and
absolutely.
It's the memories that you kind of remember the most.
Yeah, and that culture starts with your head coach and them setting that standard. So I think I'm really glad that Maggie gets to play for a coach like Jess. So.
Coach, Jessica, final words?
And I would kind of revalidate that statement. We have been so thankful to have really supportive parents that have become really, really close friends of ours that, when we don't have a basketball event, we want to go see each other and hang out with each other. And that, as a coach, as a volunteer, that means so much to have somebody that I respect so highly say those kind words about myself, but also the parents that day in and day out are texting us and asking us how our day is and giving us that affirmation that they are trusting us with their daughters and that they think that we're going to make the best decisions for them because we care so much about these girls. And so I really, really value those relationships that we built.
All right. Well, Jessica, Venus, thanks for bringing in a great team. All the best to you guys.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, girls, for coming in. All right. That's going to wrap up our show from Campbell's Highland Grill. Until next time, this is Kevin Conrad saying so long, everyone.